Welbo, welcome to
The Wrestling Show, baby.
Yes, I'm your most fickle host, Lip Hazlewood, and this is a very cynical look back at the latest episode of Representing the WWE and live from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. It's the NXT. Now, this episode is, of course, air date of July 25th, 2023, and it is the road to the Great American Bash, which is going to be happening this upcoming weekend. It's true. So it's coming very shortly. This is the last show before the show. But before we get into this show, just a quick shout out to the non-competitors. That's right. Now, first and foremost, representing the authority figure, he is the man that tells people what to do and what belts to take away. He is Shawn Michaels. Next, of course, getting all the pre-match interviews and all the backstage scoops, it's Mackenzie Mitchell. And headed into the ring, the announcer, it's Alicia Taylor. And of course, least we forget, it's the commentary crew. The play-by-play guys, the hosts, and I even call them the narrators, the whole damn show. They are the team of a two-time Hall of Famer, the man with the champagne wishes and the caviar dreams, a shucky ducky, a quack quack. It's Booker T. And backing up Booker T, he is, of course, usually the voice of reason, and one hell of a commentator. He is a Vic Joseph. And now, without any further ado-dos, let's get on with what happened in the show. Okay, so now we have a really big show today. It's true. It's quite large. Hold on 1 second here. Just get this under control a little bit. Yeah, we have a very large show today with the Judgement Day. That's right, Judgement Day coming in. And it's all about who rules the WWE, and apparently Judgement Day runs the WWE. According to, Rhia Ripley. But I still don't think, and she's talked about that, and she talked about, Finn Balor, future world champion. Damian Priest, your Money in Bank champion. And Dominic Mysterio. He calls out, Rhea Ripley's her stuff, being champion, whatnot. Anyways, it's all about, giving themselves props in the ring. And before they'll carry on with Rhea Ripley, talked about Lyra Valkyria. So they have a history now, a short history. Rhea Ripley on Valkyria's side saying she can beat up, JC Jane, and when she was proven, that JC, made her look like the fool. She said, "You gotta prove me right." And then Lyra challenged, Rhea Ripley to a match. Anyways, and while she's talking, we got Wes Lee comes to the ring there, and he's not happy. Wes Lee, no happy, because for 269 days, how cheeky of a number. That champion was Wes Lee's, and it was hard work, a lot of hard work, and it's true. Wes Lee was a fighting champion, and this was great. I mean, he was a great champion, no doubt about it. But he wants his rematch, and he wants it right now. But anyways, we got ourselves someone else coming to the ring, and it's a little bit of the Mustafa Ali. That's right. So Mustafa comes down, and I gotta say, Mustafa, I think it's a good thing Mustafa's back in the NXT because he's giving some room to breathe, I mean, when he was in the main roster and he had the Redemption, he was doing okay. He had a good, solid group, but I don't know why they gave up on them. But anyways, Mustafa Ali, he was talking some serious truths in here, and he figured, you know what? I warned you about fighting the Judgment Day You were going to lose, but did you listen to me? And he calls him, a bunch of names there. What's that? But here's the thing. Now, Mustafa Ali, he's happy to see, Wesley in the ring, but he's not happy to see Dominic Mysterio. Very unhappy to see him. He calls him, he has got no respect or love for Dominic Mysterio. He says Dominic steals things like catchphrases and shirt ideas. He didn't say the shirt ideas, but 619 from his dad and Frog Splash from his father-in-law. So yeah, and also steals opportunities for Mustafa Ali. And then he goes on to getting into Mustafa, Wesley's face. He calls him a clown. Calls him a clown for dropping the ball. But anyways, so they get into it. Calls him a clown for so ends up with this. Dominic Mysterio, he ends up the show with he goes in the face of Wesley and says, "Listen, I'm gonna break all your records." And he walks up to Mustafa Ali and says, "Move aside, the champ's coming through." It was hilarious. Zero respect given, It goes both ways, I guess. So he grabs and he just pushes him out of the way. Mustafa Ali. Then it gets weird. Mustafa gets all angry, all upset, and decides that he's going to belt some Dominic Mysterio. But Dominic just scoops out of the way. Mustafa then runs right through him and then clotheslines, Wesley. Yeah. And then Wesley and, Mustafa Ali go at it. They start fighting at it. And Dominic Mysterio looks still wiser. So it's, yeah, you guys are doing that to yourselves, idiots. So yeah, something's going to happen. I tell you what. I thought it's going to be Wesley versus, Mustafa Ali for number one contenders for Dominic Mysterio's title. I thought that, but I would be wrong. But anyways, we move backstage there. And it's with Mackenzie Mitchell. Welcomes back Tony D'Angelo after being injured / incarcerated by the Gallus boys for some strange reason. Operating without a visa. No, wasn't it? Anyways, they're talking about, they're talking about Happy being back and beating up Gallus and whatnot, or coming to match coming with Gallus soon for the titles, world titles, tag team championship belts. And anyways, Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Ma'am, Channing Stacks Lorenzo. He's talking about of course, Great American Bash. And how, they're now retaking the streets at Great American Bash by winning those championship gold. And then that's where Bronco Nima and Lucian Prince comes in there. Lucian Price comes in there. And they're like, oh, well, I got to second guess that. We own the streets here. These two giants, these guys are giants, man. These guys got a good future if they, if the wrestling skills meet up. So these guys can go a long way because just by their looks alone, baby. But they got to work on stuff. Anyways, it takes more than just being big to get far in the wrestling biz. So it comes down to this, a challenge. Now, it is true. The D'Angelo family, Tony D'Angelo, Stacks Lorenzo, they got a big tag team match coming up this Sunday. So this is a good warm-up match for them. So we all know who's going to win. We all know the D'Angelo family. There's no way they're going to lose against, very own Bronco Nima and Lucian Price. So here we go. Moving on. We go with our very own Mackenzie Mitchell. She's talking to, some Lyra Valkyria. Wondering exactly her decisions to challenge Rhia Ripley tonight. Well, this is a great opportunity to prove herself that she's a great wrestler. So I think it's a good move, Although there are a lot of wrestlers in the NXT division for the women's side, but yeah, none other than getting some. I mean, Rhea Ripley, she's got some serious, she's got some years on her. She's got a lot of experience, so it's good to get that with Rhea Ripley. But Rhea Ripley, she barely fights. Rarely ever does Rhea Ripley fight. I'm thinking, wow, this match is happening. I mean, she had an opportunity yesterday on Raw to fight, but she didn't fight. She didn't fight. It was an attack. Anyways, moving on. This is about NXT. And our next match, which is our big match, our first match, it is a 6-man tag. And I always think, wow, 6-man tags are always, a stunt show. Ropes be damned. But this is the NXT. This is a 6-man tag between the Schism, the entirety of the Schism, except for they're being visited there ringside by Ava Rain. But Schism, it's Joe Gacy and the Dyads, Rip, Jagger Reed and Rip Fowler. Versus, of course, the team of your world champion, Carmelo Hayze, his number one hype guy, Trick Williams, and at Great American Bash, it's Carmelo Hayze's opponent. It's Ilja Dragunov with their warm-up match. So, how's this going to go? Like I say, this is NXT. This is a clinic on how tag team matches should be. The tags are clean, but the rules were bent. The rules were bent as much as they could. And much respect. I mean, this is how a tag team match should look every single time. It's not just a bunch of guys having fun in the ring there. Hey! Regardless. How about this match? It's a lot back and forth, a lot of double teaming and stuff like that. Kind of weird thing. A couple of these teaming up there where the referee turns his back blatantly. And we have, Rip Fowler coming in there and double teaming on, Trick Williams. And then they all go in, all four of them. Not all 6 of them, but all 4 in the ring there. And, a double Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayze. Double teaming, the Dyads, and then the springboard. It was a lot of fun. This match was, if anything, a lot of fun. It was even competitive. Match of the night, it was pretty good considering what it was. Now, we got to a point here where Dragunov is tagged into the ring there. And he's going to take out some, I believe it's a Rip Fowler. Outside the ring. He runs outside the ring. He's going for massive, Torpedo Moscow. Or the Torpedo Stupido. Either way, he doesn't really look at where he's going. He just jumps at somebody or something. Hope you're in the way because he's going to smash you. Or hope you're not in the way. But in this case, who was in the way? Why, it was not his intended target, but it was Trick Williams gets smashed and he gets smashed into the, steel steps. Regularly, this wouldn't help, wouldn't hurt at all, wouldn't hurt anybody. But this time it did. So we have the end of the match here, the end sequence here. Carmelo Hayze is now looking after Trick Williams outside. Inside the ring, it's, Ilja Dragunov versus the entirety of Schism. Not Ava Rain though. She's sitting out there minding her own business. So it's, Joe Gacy tries to take out some, Ilja Dragunov. Joe tags in his buddies, the Dyads, who then pretty much double team Ilja Dragunov. Ilja Dragunov fights him off valiantly, but eventually, the double team catches up to him and he gets knocked down. Insecurity to the head while being held in place. Pretty impressive. And then it's Jagger Reed. It's Rip Fowler throwing, at least putting Ilja Dragunov under Jagger Reed, and then Rip goes for the massive, knee. Backstabber. And then here's the thing. After that, they think it's over. Time to tag out and enjoy the spoils of the day. So they tag out to Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy comes in the ring to finish off the job. But however, we got some outside interference. Two fellows, hoodies, full hoodies, and those, they got these Schism masks. Those yellow masks that you find in GTA. Anyways, not as colorful. They're just yellow. Anyways, they're blanks, yellow blanks. Anyway, so we got 2 unknown fellows come in there and then tear down Javier Reed and Rip Fuller from the ring apron. So badly so, I think they knocked themselves unconscious outside the ring. But who could these be? I'm thinking, these 2 masked fellows, there's no way on earth they could be, Brutus and Julius Creed. Nope. These 2 are wearing masks. Brutus and Julius Creed do not wear masks. Just like the other week when, the Dyads beat the Creed brothers in a Get Out of Here match. Some strange person in a mask who clearly wasn't Joe Gacy got interfered. This is the same thing. Clearly, this is not the Creed brothers interfering with this match. But anyways, the match goes on. Inside the ring, Joe Gacy goes on the top rope for a massive, a splash off the top rope. So he floats off the top there like a swan. He misses everything though. Whammo! And then, this is Carmelo Hayze pops on back on the apron there. Ilja Dragunov, he's want to finish this off with a torpedo mosquito or torpedo Moscow. So he can go anywhere, but he backs into his own corner, and then he gets Carmelo Hayze tags himself in. Ilja's like, "Oh, you son of a bee!" And then Carmelo Hayze goes to the ring, goes to the ropes up top, and next nothing but net, massive, leg drop off the top rope, clearly taking years off the life of Carmelo Hayes' spine. Every time he does that, it's a terrible, vicious move on the body. Anyways, beautiful looking. Crushes down on Joe Gacy. It is over. But however, the match is over, but it's not over. The feelings were hurt in this match. Trick Williams is not done with Ilja Dragunov. After all, Dragunov just throws his torpedo stupido right into Trick Williams. How about that? Was it intentional? Or was it just on purpose? Was it intentional or on purpose? They're the same thing. Okay, so next up, we got a match. Now, this is here. Von Wagner with Robert Stone, or Mr. Stone, versus Javier Bernal. This match was 1 minute long. So this was a bunch of nonsense. Javier Bernal started quickly. Now, this is a huge thing. We're just trying to build on the free agent of, Von Wagner. People are starting to, he's an animal, he's a monster, but we like him being a monster. This match was 1 minute. Nothing to showcase. They could have stretched it out at least 5 minutes. Javier Bernal, he's a talented guy. Face it, he's a talented guy. He's got a lot of good intentions. And given the right tools, he can he probably run with the ball as much as he can until the crowd says, we have enough. We had enough, and we don't care for you. But this one here, it showcased nothing. I think it would have been, if it went longer, I think it would have been great where Javier Bernal just got his ass kicked, just smoked for minutes, not just 1 minute. But every time he gets pinned, Javier has enough energy to kick out. He's still in it. He's not giving up. It shows his, intestinal fortitude or testicular fortitude of Javier Bernal. But anyways, it was so ridiculous. Basically, Javier Bernal gets caught with a big foot to the face, and it was pretty much over after that. He takes some ground and pound, and then was I guess it's a Uranagi now. Von Wagner, I like the guy. He's got a lot of talent. He can showcase a lot. He's got the look. He reminds me of Big Sean Studd. But with matches like this, he's not proven to anything to anybody. So now his finishing move, he always changes, like some sort of, torture rack, some sort of thing, But now he's just straight up Uranagi. Picks him up, just Uranagi style, I can't explain it otherwise. It just looks like a Uranagi. So then he wins with that. He kicks Javier Bernal, leaves the ring there. And the crowd's not done. He's not done. And they want tables. And tables they get. Because Javier Bernal is then put through a table. But here's the thing. This is where it gets strange. After that, after the table, Von Wagner's all proud of himself. Hey guys, I did it. I'm a monster. I'm a vicious, vicious monster. I put him through a table like you asked. Like, wow. You put him through a table not because you're a friendly giant, because you're an angry asshole. You know, you can't be a friendly guy who puts people through table. Okay, regardless, I'm not. It's just weird now. It's just weird. You know? And then, while he's celebrating, he gets speared. One spear. By Braun Breaker. And it pretty much broke Von Wagner in half. He couldn't do anything after that. Just, call an ambulance. The wambulance. It was ridiculous. He was done for. You know? But I don't know what this is about, this thing. I mean, what just happened here? With Von Wagner being attacked by Braun Breaker. Is this going to be like a match, a future match? Or is it just Braun Breaker causing shit because he doesn't have the belt anymore? You know? So, Von Wagner, he's down. Braun Breaker grabs a chair. He's going to bash Von Wagner in the back. But Von Wagner rolls out of the way. And nothing happens after that. Because the officials come in and stop everything. So, yeah. So is this going anywhere with the two? Is this going to be some sort of match between the two? I don't know. Will it be good? It will be a match. I mean, anybody... I would think with Braun Breaker, any match of his will be a good match. Period. Braun Breaker is a great competitor, and he knows how to put together a very great match. That, I have no question on that. But Von Wagner... he has good potential. He's got a lot of potential. He's not showing much. Anyways, moving on. We go backstage, and it's with a little bit of Carmelo Hayze and Ilja Dragunov. Now that, congratulating on the victory. Hey, a good victory. We won. That's good. But our alliance is over. And Trick Williams is all angry still. And Ilja Dragunov, he's like, he's ready to break people. Break people? You come to me like a man, and I will break you. I will break you. So, yeah. So that was getting pretty heated. Ilja Dragunov not taking shit from nobody. Nobody. You come to me like a man. Unlike what if he comes to like you like a coward, you're going to be easy on him? Hey, I don't know. What if he sneaks you on behind and you're going to be more... I don't know. I don't know what that means. Anyways, moving on. It's like, you challenge me, I'll break you in half. Anyways, moving on. We go in the ring there with Gable Stevens, with talking about his possible what are Gable Stevens' options, his career options for his future. Will he continue on with his wrestling, his Olympic career, his Olympic dream, becoming 2-time Olympic champion, or is he going to go back to college, and take up another career? Maybe become a psychologist or something. No, become another wrestling world. Okay. So while he's thinking about it, he's like, maybe I should just join the WWE. And he's already decided. There's no way he's going to, regardless, I don't know what Gable Stevens is capable of, what his future's going to be. But regardless, his future's with the WWE. And with that said, we got ourselves a little bit of Baron Corbin coming to the ring there. Baron Corbin with some advice. With some heartfelt advice. Saying, listen, you should take it easy. You should go anywhere but the NXT. Should be anywhere but the NXT. Of course, he doesn't want them there because he would steal Corbin's thunder. Baron Corbin spent, I think, a few years in the WWE, and he's gotten really nothing to show for it, except that he understands to listen to Twitter and whatever people dislike about Corbin. That's what he does. You don't like this shirt? Well, I'm wearing it just to piss you off. And we go to, boo, your shirt stinks, Corbin. That's just cheap heat. That's just a cheap, regardless. What do I know about heat and not heat? Huh? Anyway, so it comes down to a challenge. Great American Bash. Now, they're talking, this the new narrative of WWE is you don't belong here. You've been hearing that a lot. You don't belong here, Logan Paul. You're just a influencer. You're not even, even though you can wrestle, you're not wrestling. So I could think that's what they give that narrative to wrestlers who they don't quite believe in quite yet. Because it's Ricochet's one, and now it's Baron Corbin's one. Or Baron Corbin's future brother, Ezekiel. I never know. So he talked about Gable Stevenson doesn't belong there, and why it's he's got to prove it to him at the Great American Bash. So yeah. So I think at the Great American Bash, Baron Corbin's going to get smashed and bashed and taught a lesson by Gable Stevenson. I think Gable Stevenson's going to win that match. Garen, if it's going to be a walkthrough, is Baron Corbin just going to be, just going to lay down? Eventually, yes, but it's going to be a good match. I mean, Baron Corbin is capable. Baron is capable of putting a match together. So they attack each other. Baron Corbin's going like, "Oh, teach you a lesson, you son of a gun!" And then he gets thrown around by Gable Stevenson. German suplex, belly to belly release suplex, just thrown around, and then the officials come in and break it up. So we'll see this in a couple of days. But next up, we have a little bit of Dirty Dominic Mysterio giving Rhea Ripley a leg up. If you would, don't mind the expression. They're both backstage. Rhea Ripley's stretching her leg, having her leg right next to her ankles, right next to Dominic's ear. Both standing up. Yep. Don't study the picture too much. It's pretty good. So there, she's all ready for a big match against Lyra Valkyria. But yeah. I mean, Judgment Day, they're everywhere except for SmackDown right now. But they're Dominic Mysterio. He's doing some serious ass work. No diggity dog, I think. So, anyways, moving on next, we have our next match, and this is one here is a Kendo Stick match. Dana Brooke versus Cora Jade. Now, what is a Kendo Stick match? You would think only Kendo Sticks are the legal weapon, or the weapons are justified in this match. Only Kendo Sticks are allowed to be used. Because otherwise it would be a no holds barred match. It would be called a weapons match. But this one is a Kendo Stick match. So, it's got rules because it's a Kendo Stick match. And around the ring, there are Kendo Sticks. Now, in a tables, ladders, and chairs match, yes, you're going to see tables, ladders, chairs. Tables match, you're going to see tables all the way around a match. You're going to see not a single ladder or chair. You're going to see tables. So this is the same thing. It makes no sense. But I say that because, it starts to make no sense at the end of the match. But anyways, they're going to be fighting. Cora Jade versus, Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke, she's with her protege, Kalani Jordan. Kalani, she's an incredible talent. She's young. She's got the gumption. She can go far. She's got some great skills. She's fearless. However, Dana Brooke, she is a gymnast. That's all I can say. She's been in business for a long time, and she's a gymnast. But however, now this match here. Cora Jade, she's got a lot of heart. She's got good mic skills, but she's not a really good wrestler. Dana Brooke's not a good wrestler. How is this match going to be good? Why, the Kendo Stick match makes it fun because you don't have to really deal with the wrestling. You just, she's getting beaten with the Kendo Stick. That's exciting. And you're getting distracted with the bells and whistles of the match. So this match was a lot of fun because it was a Kendo Stick match. But however, we go fighting outside here. With some parts of the match I'll go through. They take the match outside. Cora Jade's thrown over top of the announce table. Dana Brooke grabs a Kendo Stick, walks on top of the announcer table. For some reason, she gets on top of there. Because maybe she gets a better vantage with a Kendo Stick swing. Makes zero sense that she would do that. Only reason she would do that is, a spot where Cora Jade sweeps the leg and she takes a back bump on top of the commentating table. The only reason. Now, they fight inside the ring. Cora Jade, after that, Cora Jade throws in, she starts whacking, Dana Brooke with a Kendo Stick, just walloping Dana Brooke with a Kendo Stick, throwing him in the ring there, collecting a bunch of Kendo Sticks, throwing them all the Kendo Sticks in the ring, and then collecting a chair, throwing a chair in the ring. And she does that later, but eventually she does. So they fight on. The chair's brought into the ring, finally. And that brings a thought like, okay, so what does this mean? What does this mean? So Cora Jade did not use a chair on, bash it on, she didn't use the chair in an illegal way. Meaning she didn't use it as a weapon. So she sat, Dana Brooke on the chair and she's ready to do some moves. Maybe she'll whack her in the face a couple of times with the Kendo Stick, to finish it off. with the face whack. And then that's when, Kalani Jordan jumps on the ring there, gets, Cora Jade's attention. Kalani, she could have easily done double teamed because there's no disqualifications apparently. So she could have made it much easier for Dana Brooke, but she didn't. So Cora Jade goes to attack Kalani. Kalani jumps down there. She gets nothing but air. And then she turns around to attack, Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke does a, Russian leg sweep, not the leg sweep, the drop toe hold. Cora Jade smacks her head on the chair. That's perfectly legal. And then she ends up hitting Cora Jade with a couple times with the chair. And then she grabs, has some help with Kalani. She gets a nice pink kendo stick, and Cora Jade gets beaten with the kendo stick, just beaten up. And then she gets suplexed onto the kendo sticks in that chair that they brought into the ring. And then at the end, it's a swanton, a front bump right off the top rope. I guess it's pretty impressive. 1, 2, 3, it's over. It's over in about a little under 8 minutes. So it was a lot of fun. And Dana Brooke walks away victorious over Cora Jade in a fun match. So next up we go backstage. It is with a little bit of Dragunov and Carmelo Hayze and Trick Williams. About Trick Williams. Carmelo Hayze is trying to tell Warren Dragunov about Dragunov might be called out by Trick Williams later on. And Trick's like, or Carmelo's, or should I say, Ilja is like, well, then I will break him. If he calls me out, that's it. It's over for him. I will break him. And then at a great American bash, I will break you. He's like, what's that? Like Rocky, what's his name, I will break you. Anyways, regardless. So yeah, so it's got pretty intense. Dragunov, he's an intense guy. He always brings intensity. He's a great wrestler inside the ring. I call his torpedo Stupido. His torpedo Moscow, because I'm an asshole. Period. Okay, moving on. What's going to happen with that? Who knows? But all I know is this: we got another trios happening. Drew Gulak, Charlie Dempsey. They got a new person in their team now. This is now a team with, Damon Kemp. Damon Kemp needs someone to train with, and Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey need someone to fill out their team. Because they've really been doing nothing, really, Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey. But maybe with the three of them, they'll do nothing together. As a team! Okay, moving on. Our next match is a tag team match. It is the Angelo family. Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo versus Bronco Nima and Lucian Price. And this Bronco Nima and Lucian Price, they are two big dudes in the 300s at least, 300 pounds plus. These guys are big dudes. When they're standing next to each other around nobody, they look like normal dudes. Kind of big guys, but don't think they're that big. But they're big dudes. And like I said before, these guys got a lot of serious potential. And this match was pretty good. I mean, they made Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo look pretty small. Even though Channing is on a heavy side of cruiserweight, but, Tony D'Angelo, he's a legitimate heavyweight. Looking small, making them look small. Joining commentary was very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Scripps, for some reason, joins commentary. Not really some reason. No, he's got this thing. They had this. Him and Bronco Nima and Lucian Price. They had a run-in. They had a tag team match where Scripps turned his back on Axiom. So here's the thing: Booker T is not a fan of Scripps, or should I say, Reginald. You're not from the streets. You don't know nothing. You're a punk. No, he didn't really say that, but he did say you're not from the streets. What is you? You're not Scripps. What is it, Reggie? Reginald? What is it? Reggie? And, their feud, it's pretty fun. It was fun. Like, you can see Reggie was not having any of it. He was trying to say, people, you were like the people out here. You do not know me. You do not know me like the people around here. And it is Vic Joseph. He's getting in there, helping out. He's taking the hits. It's like it's just so Booker T doesn't know that Scripps is actually poking fun at Booker T. So it is. He's like it's insane the buffer Vic Joseph can create by himself. He's like taking all the heat and absorbing it like a sponge. The voice of reason comes into play handy. So anyways, they bicker on a little bit during the match. I thought it was entertaining. You know, when Booker T really doesn't like someone and shows it, he wears his heart on his sleeve a lot. It makes good entertainment, clearly. You know? Anyways, this match goes on. You know, it's Tony D'Angelo. He gets in the ring there and he starts chanting Stacks Lorenzo. Just chucking him onto both Bronco and Lucian. And when they hit the corners. It was a lot of fun. Now Bronco and Lucian, they have a tag team move too. You know, where I guess Bronco, Bronco throws Lucian, Stacks? And then Stacks chucks down, or he gets chucked down right onto, Bronco's knee. Boba! Pretty like a lung blower like that. Pretty good. You can see a Bronco getting like a Bronco Buster, similar to a Bronco Buster onto, Chang Stacks Lorenzo, riding him like a bull, like a pony on the ropes. It was funny. It just showed how gigantic this team is, just how they look. They're just gigantic guys, gigantic boys. Now, while that's happening and the match is happening, they're cut to a Scripps. He's talking stuff, or Reginald, and then whammo out of nowhere. He gets drop kicked right out of his, try to drop kick him out of his seat, but he didn't get drop kicked out of his seat. It's actually Axiom. He's really upset. He take him out right now. They fight, they run through the ring. Axiom follows him through the ring and fishes him off with a massive tope suicida, between the second and third rope. They fight outside, and they take the fight to the back here. And we have end of the sequence of the match. We have, Tony D'Angelo taking care of, Lucian Prince in the ring there. You're fighting, and he gets him in the massive, he stamps him down. Spine buster? Spine busters him down. Goes for a pin attempt, but then it's Bronco Nima comes in with a save. But then we got Channing Stacks Lorenzo coming in with a drop kick, the safe drop kick. He goes drop kicks. I don't know what they like about that. Channing putting his arm down to stop him from falling. Just take the bump on your back. It's okay. Do what you're taught. Not like this, man. Not like this, man. Anyways, then he clotheslines, Bronco out of the ring. And inside the ring, it becomes a double team. A double team! Where they both pick up, Lucian Prince. And it's like, basically, it's a double electric chair drop. A double electric chair drop. I mean, this doesn't, having two people to do an electric chair drop will not make this any more effective. One person doing the electric chair drop is just as efficient and effective as two people doing it. It's just so ridiculous. Anyways, Bronco and Lucian taking a pin, and Tony D'Angelo pinning. Big thing. Okay, so now we go and we see a little bit of flashback. Recreation, so to speak, except on a smaller scale. Booker T, Steve Austin, they had an epic fight in the supermarket. This time it's, Blair Davenport in a, eat-in convenience store gas station. An eat-in convenience store gas station. So it's a combo convenience store. And then she's in there, and Roxanne Perez finds her in there. And it becomes a brawl for all ages. So this basically for Sunday. They fight around the eatery, the convenience store. But anyways, it turns out to be NXT Great American Bash will be a Weapons Wild match. A Weapons Wild match. So basically a Kendo Stick match. So next up, we got ourselves the Supernova Sessions. With, of course, the Meta 4, Oro Mensa, Lash Legend, Jakira Jackson, and of course, the comatose one, Noam Dar. But they have a present for Noam Dar. It is they say, pretty much they're saying this. Noam Dar, this is the thing. You didn't lose to Nathan Fraser. So therefore you didn't lose the cup. And Nathan Fraser is not the winner because he did not beat you in his match. So they bring out the Heritage Cup. And Noam Dar, his funk is over. He flips a chair out and he celebrates with that cup. And Nathan Fraser comes to the ring there. He's like, what are you doing? What you doing? Am I seeing double-double? Nathan Fraser and his best friend Dragon Lee. So they're talking about who's a real champion. Noam Dar claims to be the champion because he never lost. But you know what? Here's the truth. If Noam Dar was injured and could not compete for the cup, well, that cup is stripped. And then they'd have a new Heritage Cup tournament for the new champion. Period. End of sentence. So anyways, it's like, oh, look at this. We're 4 here. You're 2 there. What you gonna do? Of course, we all know that, Dragon Lee and Nathan Fraser, their team includes 2 more ladies. That's right. It's Valentina Feroze and Yulisa Leone. They both attack, and they all attack, and they take that ring. They take that ring. And the metaphor is just like Damage Control. They're, running away like thieves in the night. They've been thrown out the ring. But looking good. It's the new team. I don't know what they're going to call Nathan Fraser, Dragon Lee, Valentina Feroze, and Yulisa Leone. What will they be called? Who knows? But with that, we go to a little bit of a montage. A montage. It is Chase You, Thea Hale's montage. Getting in shape. Getting stronger. For Sunday. Now, Andre Chase and Duke Hudson, they have nothing but good things to say about Thea Hale. She's looking forward to a Great American Bash. Will she become the youngest woman to ever win a World Championship gold in the NXT? So now we go outside of the ring with a little catching up from last week. Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. Humberto Carrillo clearly turning his back on the team, running away from Angel Garza. Humberto say, you think it's about the kisses? The kisses of ladies. You think we kiss? We fight. You can kiss. I will not. So, Humberto Carrillo. I think he's trying to move on. But I'm not sure. I think they could have worked together as a team. They don't have to be a tag team, but I think they could both join the Luftwaffe. That's right, the Latino World Order. But anyways, are they better apart? Perhaps. It's a good idea, but together, together they're like the Lucha House Party. Okay, so moving on to our main event match. It's the Judgement Day's Rhia Ripley taking on this match. Now, it is not a championship match, but I thought Rhia Ripley was injured, considering it's been a long time between matches. But this time it's Rhia Ripley versus Lyra Valkyria. Lyra, she's a very cautious, I call her Captain Cautious. Ever since her injury, coming back from injury, she doesn't really take many chances. Doesn't do many risks, take many risks in that ring. But this match here was about almost 12 minutes. This match was a barn burner. It was a match of the night. Is it because of Rhia Ripley? Is she that damn good when she wrestles? It's just great. And she had to go down to the NXT division to have a match to be great like this. This match was great. This match wasn't over the top. This was basic wrestling, but basic wrestling done great. Hands down, this was a good match. There's a couple of great throws. The German release suplex by Rhia Ripley to, Lyra Valkyria. Now they had a moment where Rhea's new move, where she scissors you in the waist, and then brings you in the corner, and she brings her head smashing you in the face with her face. I think that'll be over. Now, Rhia to try to go on top rope. She's going to do a move. She never goes up the top rope, but she tried. And then, I guess, Lyra Valkyria, she kicks her foot and throws her out of the ring. And then, Dominic Mysterio, he's staying there trying to help console some Rhea Ripley. And then, Lyra Valkyria, she goes to the ropes. Hurrah! I'm thinking, oh my goodness, there's zero chance Lyra Valkyria is going to do a Tope Suicida. And she didn't. She did her patented drop kick out the ring. Not out the ring, but she stops herself. She drop kicks Dominic Mysterio. Now, they fight in the ring there. They go back in the ring. Now, this is where it gets the most insane bump I've seen so far in the women's division, perhaps in all of wrestling. It was beautiful. It was, okay. Rhea Ripley, she grabbed Lyra Valkyria. She tries to throw her up for a suplex. She tries to throw up for her suplex. Lyra Valkyria counters the suplex with a tornado DDT, and it was insane. It was a spiking DDT. It was, whoa, my nilly. Holy shit moment. It was a holy shit moment, for sure. This is what took the match from mediocre to holy shit. This was amazing, yeah. Now, Lyra Valkyria tried to put it away with a massive splash off the top rope. I'm surprised. She actually went for a splash. She doesn't do that anymore. I thought she didn't. I thought she retired all top rope maneuvers. Now, she did do a splash before in the match here, where it obviously Rhea Ripley caught her in midair. You know, but this time, it's a splash on the ground. It really worked. But it did not get the pin. You know, Rhea Ripley were just getting her ass kicked. Just Lyra Valkyria with the kick after kick to the face, knocking her down. And then she goes for a patented finishing move, which is the spin kick. Rhea Ripley ducks that, misses that. Now, Lyra Valkyria, the finishing area. She goes for a springboard move. She hits a spring, she hits a ropes there, springs backwards. I'm not sure what she's going to do. Not sure. She doesn't really do a springboard maneuver. Maybe a cutter, probably not. Doubt it. She'll never do it. She never did a Cody cutter. But anyway, she springboards off the move and she gets kicked directly in the belly by Rhea Ripley. And then riptide later, it was over. Rhea Ripley with a big victory and giving Lyra Valkyria some words of advice. Not really some serious words. I mean, she just wants to be proven right. You take on, Jicey Jane. Take on Jicey Jane. And prove me right. Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. And Lyra Valkyria gets all piped up. I will beat Jicey Jane for you and me. Didn't really say that, but I think Jicey Jane, Lyra Valkyria. It would be okay, I think. But Lyra Valkyria versus Rhea Ripley, this match was match of the night period. This was a great match. It was good wrestling. But anyways, that does wrap it up for the day, but not for the night, because we got ourselves Trick Williams. He hits that ring there. And he's really upset for what happened in that tag team match earlier on tonight. Being torpedo Moscowed into the steel steps, he calls out Ilja Dragunov. And Ilja Dragunov will have none of it. But here's the thing. Ilja Dragunov comes up. They're going to fight, but Ilja Dragunov gets taken advantage of. He gets beaten by, Trick Williams. Trick starts throwing him around, just chuck him into the barricades. Then body slams him right on the soft paddings outside the ring. So that did nothing. A body slam outside, and if it was pavement, it would hurt real bad. But anyways, after that, he throws him head first into the steel steps, the safety of the steel steps, and then decides to do another move. He goes up to, he jumps on. I think he's going to go for an attack. Ilja Dragunov turns things around just like that, and starts suplexing the holy hell out of, Trick. Throws Trick into the ring there and starts giving the old Dragunov chops. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, chop, choppa, choppa. The old, I think he calls it a choppa, choppa. Because that's what he says. A choppa, choppa, choppa. Not once, but he breaks him up. Trick Williams goes to the ground, picks him up, starts chopping him some more. And then after that, now Ilja Dragunov has these, he has your opponent lying down, facing upwards. And he lies down missionary position on you. He goes missionary style on you. But while he goes down, he gives you a good shimmer on the face. That's right, the missionary shimmer. So he gives Trick Williams the shimmer in the face. And he gets up, and then he does a jumping missionary shimmer to the face. 2 times. And neither one of those times, where was Carmelo Hayze? Nowhere. Trick Williams gets set up to the corner for a torpedo Moscow. to put an end to coup de grace and everything, you know. But then here we go. This is where Carmelo Hayze comes into the ring there. But this is weird. Carmelo Hayze comes to the ring, gets hit by the Torpedo Moscow. Now, Carmelo Hayze got hit in the center of the ring. So either, if Trick Williams was going to get hit with that torpedo, my God, he'd have to jump like at least 20 feet, maybe 10 feet to hit it. Anyways, so Carmelo Hayze takes the hit for Trick Williams, and, it was it for Carmelo Hayze. He's down there for the count. Ilja Dragunov says, count your blessings. You got a good friend that you're willing to do anything for your friend, because at Great American Bash, I'm gonna take the championship from you, but at least you'll have your friend. So yeah. So that's it. Will Ilja Dragunov become the new champion at Great American Bash? Odds are pretty good, but I don't know. I don't think it's over for Carmelo Hayze. I think he's going to pull something out there. Not going to be good for somebody, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be good for Ilja Dragunov. He's been UK champion, NXT UK champ. Will he become NXT champion? I don't know. I'm not sure. But if anybody that could be, it would be Ilja Dragunov. And with that said, that wraps up for this week episode of NXT. Now, if you are on YouTube, this is it for the video. But if you're watching on, podcasts, or you're listening on podcasts, we'll be right back with some Smackdown. But as for now, I've been your host, Lip Hazlewood, saying, signing off for now.